couple of other issues to discuss in the game. Head-high crackdown. We're a few rounds in now. There was the edict put out quite publicly last week. From both of you here, Victor, obviously you've had some concussion issues over time as well. How have you felt from a player perspective with how the game's approaching it at the moment?
I didn't mind the start of the season. It felt like they were kind of letting little things go that weren't too bad. And when players are trying to milk a penalty, they were kind of letting them play the ball, and I was kind of enjoying that bit of it. Obviously, I don't want to see head contact more than anyone at the moment, so I don't mind it too much. But yeah, there's a line there. You don't want to cross it where people are getting 10 in the bin for minor infringements that can affect the game in the end, really.
Do you think it's made a difference to the game over the last few years, having these range of crackdowns, or the NRL really making an effort to stop the high tackles? Have things changed? Do you think, is there an emphasis at training on tackle technique? Has it been for nothing?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the crackdown's just a couple of weeks and then it's gone, and then everyone just goes back to the normal, and then maybe the year after they do it again. So, yeah, we want to get head highs out of the game. We want to be serious about concussion, but yeah, I just don't know what the answer is. Like,
when a player is bin, Jerome, obviously, particularly, I guess it's positional to base, but when 12v13, with how the game is played now at such pace, just how pivotal can that be to determining the result? Yeah,
it's huge. It's tough. Going 12v13, and especially if it's with something so little, like our games. We play a tough sport, but sometimes stuff like that happen, and if you get someone on the chin a little bit, like, I don't think you should be put in the bin for that, and it kind of changes the whole game. It kind of, makes it tough for the team that it does happen to. So, yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's hard to discuss it with people that don't really understand the modern day tackling technique, how small the margin of error is in the tackle, why you're trained to tackle the way that you do, and in a simple explanation, the vast majority of really bad head knocks that occur in collisions, in our collision sport, is the man making the tackle, not the bloke getting hit. And the man making the tackle, if you keep making it more and more difficult for him to control his impact zone, rather than trying to protect the bloke with the ball, we see very, very few ones this day where the bloke running with the ball is actually the one that gets a really bad knock. It's the bloke making the tackle. People who say, oh, just lower your target. That's making it harder for the bloke making the tackle. Am I right or wrong?
Well, that's how I got my line against Warriors.
100%.
He's just nodding his head and then seeing highlights of himself doing it.
100%. The people that argue this, and even the people that make the rules, and even the people that adjudicate this at Match Review Committee, don't start me on all this rubbish, all right? Because honestly, they don't understand how hard it is. Come to training and watch what they get put through at training. Watch how you tackle each other and how you try to perfect this. The margin of error now is so fine, isn't it? To protect yourself, to tackle the right way you want to tackle, and to also protect the ball carrier. No one's going in to try to hit a ball carrier in the head, are you? But what you're trying to do is not knock yourself out in the process of making a tackle, and that's what they don't accommodate for. Makes sense. See, you smile.
It does make it. I've been saying it for years.
The other thing on that, Gus, is how fast it happens too. Like, you got someone cutting their legs, and all of a sudden your head drops, 30 centimetres like that.
Yeah.
Like your target zone, it might be this big to start with, then all of a sudden, bang, you hit someone on the chin.
That poor kid for the Broncos the other night. They're all saying, lower your target, lower your target. He lowered his target. What happened? He got caught off on a medicab. I don't see people running off on medicabs that get hit by tackles. I see the ones making the tackles getting run off in medicabs, because they get their technique wrong, or they're trying to not to hit a bloke in the head, or whatever it is. We need to stop overplaying the contact with the ball runner and start protecting the bloke making the tackle to make their target zone a lot easier, and be a bit more understanding of what and how difficult the tackle process is. This is all they do at training. How much of your time is spent at training on wrestle mats and in gyms and tackling teammates at training to perfect the process? All the time?
Too much.
Stick up for me.
Too much, really.
Too much, isn't it? All the time.
6 days a week.
All the time. And is anyone actually going out, ever going out there trying to hit a bloke in the head?
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. Never. But it happens. Why?
Yes.
Like, no one's stupid. Everyone knows you're going to get sin bin, or you're going to get match review committee, and you're going to get a fine. Everyone knows those penalties are there. So why does it happen? Because that's the nature of the tackle these days, isn't it?
And accidents happen.
Absolutely.
But it wouldn't melt with these two.
Hey boys, so like playing in this current game, the way it's officiated, what are your thoughts on? We've seen a couple of examples on the weekend where there might have been some high contact made. That rest of that defensive set has played out for that team. They've then received the ball, and on about tackle 4 or 5, the referees then stopped the game.
Yeah,
and then
I've-
brought that player out and put him on report, put him in the bin. Tino was a great example of that one. What are your thoughts on that?
I've copped one of them before against Brisbane when they kind of went back 3 tackles and ended up getting a 4-week suspension for it. And I thought I was right next to the touch judge, I was right next to the referee. They didn't see it, and yet it was worth a 4-week suspension. So I feel like if they can't see significant contact at that time, unless for whatever reason they miss it, but if they can't see it live in the play of the game, I don't think it's that sufficient to send someone in the bin or go back that far.
Yeah.
I think looking at it, if the referees don't see it, it can't be that bad. So.
I totally agree on that point. Leave it to the match review committee. If it's that bad and they've missed it,
Deal
leave
with
it to
it
the match
after.
review committee. Deal with it after, not as the game's going. I'm with you on that one.
And get on with it.